I get more cough drops. I must preserve my throat. But doesn't sound right. Moving on.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway, I can see.
Oh shit. I couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh. How much do you think that thing weighs?
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I want to know what those are.
Those white doors?
Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So you're saying all the chromatic doors for the next round are white?
Yeah, they were different colors before, but...
Guess things have changed for this round.
Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
It's friggin' Dio again.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
I seriously think everyone would have benefited if we just killed him from the get-go.
One
What?
of the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell they do that for? We haven't even started back yet. Never mind, White. We just need to get back up there pronto. I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
Hook up with Alice? Okay, I'm all for that. Right, got it.
Let's go!
I wonder if anything interesting is going to be revealed this playthrough. At least until the next puzzle room. I checked the walkthrough and if I betray, it's gonna end abruptly. But if I ally, there's gonna be a lot of things going on after that. So for one, I'm gonna betray first, and I'm gonna see how long that's gonna take. Probably like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Most betray endings seem to be really fast, but and I'm gonna try ally and see how that goes. So far the laptop is off because it's overheating like crazy. I'm afraid it'll burn and break or something. Return to the floor A warehouse to only find 2 people waiting for us. Kay, who'd gone through the red door. And Dio, who'd gone through a green door.
Where's Quark?
We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he alright?
I don't know if I would describe him as all right, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean. He is still resting. However, we...
Good. I'm going to the infirmary.
Tenmyoji, please, wait!
Tenmyoji ignored Kay and took off at a run through a yellow door. We should check a bar, I'm thinking. Or cantina, whatever it's called.
Oh dear. He's gone. There was something I needed to tell him.
Well, it's not like it matters. The girls will just tell him when he gets there. He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid.
Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised.
What are they going to tell him?
Well, you see...
What? What?
You found virus medicine in the laboratory?
Yes. Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
And I can cure Quark's Radical 6.
So it would seem.
No, I guess I should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go.
Right behind you.
Are you two following?
He should be fine now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but The worst is over.
So you injected him? Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. I see. Delicately she placed it back in the cabinet. I don't know if I'll remove the cuff, but making cuts like that is difficult. It's an hour-long video. Trying to find one 5-second clip is difficult. Quark had been laid out on a crude cot and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even and his expression was peaceful. He looked like any other child sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is that children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of insanity he'd shown earlier was nowhere to be found.
Is he really going to be okay?
Yes. We analyzed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Excelivir. Now that I've administered it.
The Excelivir should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right?
Yes, that should be the case.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, what a relief.
Things are looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure.
I felt some of the tension disappear from my shoulders. I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. I went out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe. Timmy let out this long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw a glint of tears.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, please. It was nothing, really. We just happened to be the ones who went through the red door.
Where is Kay? He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind.
They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here. We figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse.
So Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AB gates.
Not both of them. There was only one door open.
Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing.
As if you need to ask who actually opened the door.
Kay will want to know at least.
Yeah, you're right. I nodded and headed back toward the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Tommy just suddenly spoke.
That's right.
Huh?
You know that memory card we found?
This thing?
Yeah. I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it.
Yeah, the cantina had a TV.
What? You don't remember? There was a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
Yeah, he's right. There's a slot next to the screen. Should work for this one, too.
Oh, here. Same thing. Oh yeah, there it is. Right, yeah. Oh, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to see what's on it.
Okay, just give me a minute here. I slid the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done so than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen.
Is there an audio file on here? Why don't we turn up the volume a bit?
I tapped a few things on the screen and a bar began to move across the screen. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers.
This is Control. How's it going over there? Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh? Well, I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too. Feeling kinda like howling at the moon. Lone wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now. The old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full. And that color. Whew. Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but... sorry, forgot. You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you? So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now? Sure hope I'll get to look up at them someday, too. Anyway, over. Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What, you gonna play hard to get because we haven't talked in so long? Enough jokes, all right? Knock it off. Where are you guys? Is there There's something wrong with the radio? You're saying everything's green? Well then, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't they responding? No, the video feed's online. Look, you can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table. What? Someone hacked our feed? What do you mean this isn't live? An old clip on repeat? Who would do that? What in the hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
This is...
Oh, thank God.
Let us see.
You really had me worried there. What happened?
Get my throat.
6 of us are... dead.
What?
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion. Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
Are you there? Respond! Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation. We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit. What the hell happened in there?
Maybe it wasn't Fee. Is that it?
Yes.
What on earth was that?
Any ideas? He got only frowns and shaking hands and heads in response. Only one person showed the reaction other than stunned confusion. Tenmyoji. And after the audio ended, he stared at the screen deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was. It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Mars?
I'm sorry, what?
You mean some kind of space travel?
What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines? These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets. But they don't want to just send a manned Mars mission off half-cocked. That was the idea behind this test. They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada. The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars with a crew of 9 men and women. They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
So what we just listened to was a transmission from that project.
Yeah.
Why is something like that here?
Don't know why. We found it in the safe. No explanation.
But I actually heard about something like that happening. And I don't remember it being in Nevada. I thought it was somewhere else. Anyway, yeah, we basically suck out the atmosphere and build a huge facility which is like supposed to be the surface of Mars or something like that. So far from what I understand, that never panned out well.
Dollars to donuts, it's got something to do with Zero's plan.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
Oh, about the simulated Mars mission?
Yes.
I was involved with the project.
Involved?
The intent was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
It means 2 things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction, where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the Sun. So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other. What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
That's when they died.
No, we don't know that. They could have died long before that conversation. All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
Yeah.
No, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion. What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
The Major frowned and looked down at the floor. We all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. But as he stopped, raised his head and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
A virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, Radical 6.
What? How can that be?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered. Or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation. The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic. Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow. And once it was out, it spread pretty quick. All across the planet.
And it killed 6 billion people?
No, not directly. Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6. The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of that first third. The whole world just fell apart.
Well, damn, I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start knowing where to start. No, take it back. Explain the date. Unless I heard it wrong, the day Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028.
Yeah.
But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th.
Me too. Christmas Day.
I was kidnapped on Christmas, too.
Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier, on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What's going on here? The thing is from the future.
See.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
They picked the damn best spot to interrupt us.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed,
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna betray first, then I'm gonna
We're out of
ally. Betray is... it's just to fill up the flowchart, that's all I'm doing. Just basically fulfilling a check mark. It's probably not gonna give me anything, but that's
We
it.
need to go back to the warehouse.
Ally is what's gonna move the story. Wait, you haven't
Don't
answered?
care. I need more than 10 minutes to explain everything. Half-assing it is just gonna make you more confused. Now get moving. It's enough! Shut your damn hole or I'm picking Betray!
Hey, come on now.
Fine. Do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms. I'd like to stay with Quark. He seems to be doing all right.
I'll stay here with him. Vi can do the voting for our pair. I can trust her. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
Of course. I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Tomiyoji gave her one last nod and turned and dashed out of the infirmary. I don't know what it is about Luna, but she's just too pure and innocent. Just something about her character which is like, she's too good for this world. Something is wrong with her. Now that's it, I guess. We should probably be going too.
Yes. We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now, but there's not much we can do.
Let's get going then.
You know, I just had a spark of inspiration. All those weird things Kenny was saying, like, oh, those witches, and those creepy facts I know. She was reciting those weird facts because she was forced to solve a bunch of puzzles, which is why the whole nunnery game happened. I never even thought about that, but it just suddenly struck me. I returned to the warehouse to find only Kay. Explained what had happened with Quark and glanced around the room. Hey, where's
He has
Dio?
gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Obviously.
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, don't you?
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses ally and Dio picks betray,
Phi and Luna will be penalized.
I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick Betray. The risk with Ally is just too high.
Hey Alice, don't you have one BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
And he'll just default to Ally. I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
But what if Alice and Kate chose Betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition, it's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So we'll vote to Ally.
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room's second from the right. Not saying anything, Fee turned and walked into a room just left of theirs. That one. It left only myself, Clover, and then Miyagi.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door? Something about how you'd convince me to choose Ally? Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, it's not that complicated. I promise you that Clover and I will vote Ally. That's it, pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got one BP. Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose Betray. Since, if you're telling the truth...
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
I
What is
disagree.
that?
Clover's BP is 6. If you ally and they betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run off throughout the number 9 door as soon as the round is over. That's easy for you to say. But think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose Ally?
Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that!
You know, that's kind of insulting. Am I that ugly?
Ugh, as if! In your dreams, creep!
You know, that's very rude. Oh, that's that then. Not gonna lie though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose Ally.
No.
You can trust us.
Promise.
Of course.
We promise.
Or should I sound more creepy?
Alright. I guess I'll vote Ally too then.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
I'm trusting you too. The Miyagi gave us a curt nod, then turned and strolled into a second AB room from the left. Right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah. Hey, Sigma, I wanted to ask you something.
What's up?
Could you pick Betray for me?
Oh, you basic bitch. What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you. But you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, well,
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back. If If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
Anything?
Yep, anything. So think carefully, okay? If you choose Ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Yeah, if you choose Betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh. Are you really sure you can trust that old fart?
Hey, no, that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick Betray.
Still, why is she being like that? Seriously. I mean, she's a bitch, sure, but... she's not supposed to be a bad guy. But if he chooses Ally and we don't...
Then I'll have 9 BP. But you don't need to worry about that. Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself. I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet, and I can't leave her behind. Please, will you pick Betray?
20 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I was fully expecting her to go into baby talk. What the machine was in front of me. I didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promise to tell Miyagi and pick Ally? Or would I betray him for Clover and...
If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
Seriously, am I just supposed to be a horny douchebag? If I choose Betray? In the end, there was only one possible answer.
3, 2.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna pick her own thing. Nothing is gonna happen. It's just gonna be like, I don't know, probably 5 seconds of story. Like, hey, Sigma is fucked up
Round
again.
2 of the
Let's all
Ambidex
team up on
game
him.
has been completed.
Like, seriously, halfway it's like that.
Results. Thank you.
Why do they team
Ambidex
up against Dio? Nah, it's always gonna screw Sigma over. Racist. It's because I'm black, isn't it?
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
But I seriously don't understand why she like that. Of course, the douchebag betrayed them. Like, obviously. As if he'd do anything else.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
No, we're a pair again. Nice.
So, that's how it is, huh? Promises are made to be broken, I see.
Look, I didn't want to do it either, but it's just to fill the flowchart, I'm sorry. Besides, you're the first one who betrayed me. Come on. Sorry, I just couldn't bring myself to trust
I could
you.
have chosen Betray and killed you. That was a possibility.
Yeah. After all, you did choose Betray in the last round.
That was a completely different situation. Well, in any event, your idiotic paranoia has given Clover 9 BP. How do you intend to deal with that?
Don't worry. She'd never try and open it.
Really? Then what's that?
Huh?
Look, I believe she's standing in front of the number 9 door right now.
What the hell? No way. And she has her Jitsu face too. Her character is so inconsistent. In that last ending, she was like, no, I can't leave you
The
behind.
number 9 door.
And here she's like, oh, okay, yeah, bye-bye.
She opened it.
Shit!
Are you gonna team up against her like you did against me? Clover, what the hell are you doing?
Sorry. Alice gave me an order, though.
Clover, you have to get out of here and call for help. My BP's down to 1. I'll have to play the AV game at least 3 more times in order to get to 9. If someone beats me to it, then we'll be trapped here forever. That can't happen. I'm giving you an order as your commanding officer. Escape.
What about the promise you made me?
Promise?
You said you'd listen to anything I said.
So, I am, aren't I? I can sure hear you well enough.
Oh, you bitch. You get my hopes up like that and then you just dash him. You don't play with a heart like that.
Every little word is reaching my ears, isn't it? What? Were you thinking of something gross? You're a perv.
Hey, come on now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping something would happen.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open.
Anyway, I did what I promised, so I'll be heading off now.
Clover!
Clover!
Fucking bitch! You're not getting out of here!
You leapt toward Clover with a roar, but she danced quickly aside, dodging his punch with ease.
Bye, guys.
With a last carefree grin, she leapt through number 9 door.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is escape, please.
She's gone.
No, it didn't immediately end. Cool, okay.
Shit!
All we can do now is wait for her to call for help.
Help, huh? Let's hope there's still someone who can.
What's that supposed to mean? To me, I just said nothing, just shuffled off through a yellow door and out of the room. A cold silence descended on the rest of us. It was a silence that promised to remain for a very, very long time. Okay, now it ends, right? Right? Yep, there it is. Yeah, I thought so. God damn it, I hate how disappointing these endings are. If only someone went on a rampage or something. I still keep remembering that time Clover just killed everyone. That was great. I kinda loved that one. And she's like, hey Junpei. What? Let's go. And I'm like, no, I don't wanna. I love this.
Sigma, I wanted to ask you something.
How about no, baby? Yeah. No dice, baby. Sorry about that.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Thought so. Yep. So it doesn't change.
Points have been assigned.
Cool.
Or please check your bracelet.
I thought that maybe there's gonna be some Deus Ex Machina or something. Like, hey, you
Looks
gotta...
like you managed to trust me.
He's gonna betray you, but he's still gonna get out of it somehow. Well, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
You really helped me out.
I can
Thanks.
say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I'd told you I'd listen to anything you said.
You bitch!
Oh well, whatever.
She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look and stalked off. Stalked, whatever. Across the room, Dio and Fee were already comforting one another with their own results.
You tried to kill me and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised.
Ah, don't give me that. You know exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally. You'd defend yourself with betray, just like I would. Wait, where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
Is that where Alice went to?
Alice? No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Without even checking the results?
Correct. There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was gonna betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still choose Ally. Man, what a pair of bleeding hearts.
If you say so. Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
I'm getting a call on my phone.
Where did Alice run off to?
She'll block it or something.
While we were in the AB room, she mentioned being quite tired. Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times.
Yeah, whatever. We can open the gates as many times as we want.
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times. If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your
Yeah, and the
colors get
G-Code
very
hardware.
sold.
Oh, we have the colors as well. Yeah, it did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Then moments of a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. It's a whole lot of solos. Huh? Looks like all the colors are weird. Colors a cyan pair and Fizz magenta pair, but then Miyuchi is a yellow pair.
3 solos are red, green, and blue. K's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
Man, how are we supposed to group up for chromatic doors? I think we're gonna be white this
Oh
time.
yes, Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Wait, you didn't see them yourself?
they're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
You should have seen them too, Fee.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the Floor B warehouse, right?
Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Fee nodded and began to explain. Option A, then Miyuchi and me would form one group. Fee, Magenta and Dio would form another group. Clover and Kay would form a third.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yeah. There's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
So it'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
Right.
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yeah, about an hour it looks like.
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course. I'll come with you then.
Clover gave her a shrug and the two of them headed out through the cyan door. She's gonna be dead, isn't she? I just know it.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're going to check on Quark.
Yeah.
He gave me a nod and trotted through a yellow door. So it's just me and Douchebag? Hello, Mr. Douchebag. It left only 3 of us, Dio, Kay, and myself. Oh yeah, also Kay. He's so unnoticeable, he's just such a tiny guy. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink. You want to tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Ah, right. Of course. My bad. Well, I'm out. Later.
With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slashed off toward the magenta door. It took me a moment to realize Kay was following him.
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay. You don't have to tell me your life story. See ya.
Kill him, Kay! Murder! The conversation ended as we reached the door and stepped through it. So what do I do now? Alright, what should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
I know I heard of his voice before. I could have sworn. Not exactly sure where. I need to get the rest of that story out of Tenmyoji. Words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway and toward the infirmary. I know whose voice that is. When we discussed the prisoner's dilemma, he was the same voice as the guy who was like, "Hey, this is a tomato, this is a banana," or whatever, when he was explaining. He is the detective. There was a special voice specifically just for the detective. Okay, yeah, that's the same voice actor. Huh, there's nobody here. The room was completely empty. I edged toward and peeked around the partition. There he was. Tenmyoji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? I must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
But all of the stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
I wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about that simulated mission to Mars. I heard what the recording about it.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be.
Is that the card you're gonna play? Okay.
Seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal, but you're not getting away with it. This time. You remember something, alright? You remember so much you told me it'd take way more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
You really sure you want to know?
Huh?
Maybe I'll tell you, and then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut. Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past. What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you? You sure you want that?
Hey, come on, you don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
I am not prepared. Illidan. Well, of course. I was gonna scream that, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I never got a chance to say I am. Let me guess. Someone is killed. Before I could, Fee exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear.
Good.
Hey, baby.
There you are.
Did something happen?
Alice is...
Of course she is.
Look, just come with me, all right? She's in the number 2 cabin.
Number 2 where is that? Without waiting for a response, Fee spun around and ran back out the room. Tenmyoji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, and she leapt up and took after her. Cabin 2? Crew quarters again, or... Yeah, crew quarters, okay. Alright, let's just show a wound. Scalpel? I think it's a scalpel. Yeah, so it's not Dio this time. Who is it then? Possibly Quark, I guess? It may be Luna. I think Luna and Dio... Okay, I don't think I've ever seen... Hold up. So it's a yellow door. Crap, I don't remember his color. Dio never betrays Luna is what I think. Because we are working together. And I think he asked her to kill Alice. And that's our murderer. Anyway, moving on. Felt as if I walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No. Why did this happen? I forced one shaken foot forward and the next. My legs began to buckle and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down, calm down, calm down. It looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. At last I pressed my fingers against her neck, and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No, it's not true. Why? And I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw what there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Violent hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into a white-knuckled fist, and I took a deep breath. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Games participants, except of course for Quark. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at one of them, and in turn asking myself, is this person a murderer? Looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to the killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me! Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed. Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Damn. Pretty unfortunate how that might happen.
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
We should kill Dio just to be safe.
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
I mean, it kinda does, but...
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
Also, by the way, in that one, did Alice even appear? Because I don't think she did.
Hey, Clover, don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves!
I was just looking at this. How did blood get here? If she stabbed herself, why is her hand on this side bloody?
Oh, I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you?
Yes, we all killed her.
It wasn't just one killer. It was 6!
Yes, we all killed her. That's what you get for lying to me.
No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend.
How would I do
Or
that?
I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards!
Oh shit, she can. Oh god, that's not an empty threat.
You're all going to die just like she did!
Everyone hide your access. Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7.
I mean, okay, could you keep her...
Clover! 6, 5, 4.
Guys, I don't like where this is going.
Clover. 3, 2, 1.
Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Suddenly Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life.
What? No.
Well, is this a blocker?
No. There's no way she'd do that.
Okay, I think this is the point where the story is supposed to stop unless I get the specific thing discovered. It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with a scalpel.
Alright. Where'd she get the scalpel then?
In the infirmary. There's a bunch. Help.
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes. I got up to see who it was, but they were already gone. It could have been Alice.
So she could have taken a scalpel then.
Yes, I think so.
You're lying. This is all a lie. It has to be.
It's not. It's the
Then
truth.
why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed her.
You just said she killed herself. Just tell me the truth.
I am.
Prove it. Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago. So if you don't have any proof...
I do. I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there? Okay. Show it to me.
Journal?
It would have been in a safe.
Oh, well, Alice would have it then.
Fee, can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look?
Sure.
Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. It was only seconds before she stopped. Slowly and carefully she drew something out. There it was. A journal. She turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin, I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped a small book open. When she looked back at me, it was with both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin. But translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Page 216.
Huh?
Turn to page 216. You should be able to read that one. His frown deepened, but she did as I suggested. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion.
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know?
There we go. Creepy stuff starts to happen.
No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew. Come on.
Look, just read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispers to herself in Latin, Fee began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of a journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain by a factor of a root of 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6 infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government.
Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one.
He shut the journal with a soft slap. No bomb. The secret silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article was recording the conversation of Tenmyoji, and now this journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs.
Got a problem.
What is it, douchebag?
It's almost time for the primary doors to open.
Okay, douchebag. Yeah, only 10 minutes left.
Sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet. Vi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
So she was a magenta pear, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did ya?
As he spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket.
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pear.
You are part of Clover's pair, then. That means the two of you will need to come with me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please.
You're right.
Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheeks. Then, with a determined frown, she strode out of the room.
Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Alright. Quark's got yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah, can't exactly leave him behind.
Both him would end up stuck in the AB room. Okay, let's go. We'll see the rest of you once you've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Damn, I love moments like that. When the game is like, oh yeah, I know stuff. But I'm not supposed to know it yet.
Quark!
Whoa! He's up!
You're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh god. Quark.
Tenmyoji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear in a puff of smoke the moment he was touched. When Quark proved to indeed be corporeal, Tenmyoji let out a cry and threw his arms around him.
What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
It's nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But...
Quark gave him a puzzled look. Tenmyoji didn't even notice. His face was a mixture of happiness and relief, and I could see tears twinkling from the wrinkled corners of his eyes. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. I didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still tell me Miyoji deserved a few minutes. I left him alone. Grandpa, you've been creepy. Please let me go. At last Miyoji seemed to recover and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder.
So, how are you feeling?
Feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No. You're not sick. If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
You're doing it again. Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else? Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kinda silly.
Won't be the first time. I gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. I got a feeling that Miyoji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I wanted any mention of it. Alice's death was something I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Yep.
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they gonna open?
In 4 minutes. Well, we've got about 4 minutes until the primary door is open.
Oh, that's not good. We need to hurry, come on! How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going.
Follow me. Well, it's a good thing we don't need to carry him. I mean, he's probably not that heavy, but it would have been annoying to do that. Still, this fact that Miyoji was involved in something like that is an interesting little tidbit. I have to admit. Another thing I like is the fact that I actually get to move and not to be continued. I hate that. Really hate that. Even if it's not a true end, and just give me something. Come on. Okay. And there we go.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. Where the hell have you been? Quark?
You're awake!
And fully recovered, apparently.
I am also relieved to see you well again.
Me too.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I looked out at Davis from behind Quark and held a warning finger up to my lips. There were a few momentary raised eyebrows and some nervous coughing as everyone suddenly fell silent.
Huh?
From Quark's perspective, it must have seemed especially odd.
Anyway, there isn't any time left. We need to hurry.
But there are 3 doors.
Which team goes in which door?
All of the doors are identical for this round. I believe it doesn't matter which team uses which door.
Then we're taking the one in the middle.
Why that one?
You want a kill shot, you aim for the center. You're more likely to just miss the extremities.
That logic is flawed and more than slightly disturbing.
Oh, I love it, girl.
Unfortunately, I don't really have a counter-argument, so center door it is.
I like her so much.
I suppose we could go with the one on the left. Is that okay? I mean, we could go with the other one if you want.
Kay and Clover only nodded.
Well, there's only one left.
The door on the right.
Any objections? All right, let's move.
30 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Hurry it up, Vi. This thing's gonna close.
I know.
It's time we were going as well.
Right. Sure.
Come on, guys. There's no time to waste.
Right behind you.
Let's go.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
So it's not white on this side. Interesting. So we're gonna get another escape room. Last time we were here, we needed to enter a password in here. That's a weird balloon. What's this place?
Probably the office of whoever it is that's running this place.
It said director's office on the door.
So this might be Zero Senior's office.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Well, which is it?
Why the hell would I know?
We should look around. If this really is Zero Senior's room, there might be some clues.
Yeah, you got a point. Let's get started then.